Hello, Goldma viewers. Welcome back. We are back with a bang. The panel is here. I'm sure you know all of us by now. But today we also have a special guest, Mr. Graeme Allen. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. He just recently came from the mine and he has a lot to share with you guys. So I'm not going to take much of his time. I'll give it to you, Graeme.
Oh, thank you very much. I've come from South Africa. I'm the sort of investment liaison for the primary and angel investors of the mine. Mm-hmm. I was here last, before we did a whole lot of work on the mine with a company called Mingscon and with the investors at the time. Mm-hmm. And we were looking at sort of taking our operation from a small ball mill of about 3 tons an hour, where we were doing prospecting and sort of trying to find the gold, and found the gold and went and spoke to Mingscon and asked them to come and sort of give us advice of how to upgrade the facility to be able to deal with the tonnages that we would have to make it a sustainable medium-sized business, which we did. So in the interval, a big jaw crusher and ball mill and a processing power of various different aspects from 25 tons per hour, but ultimately coming down to about a 10 ton per hour circuit has been put into place. So the primary circuits have been put into place. We then put some various different facilities in for recovery, and they haven't been working 100%. So what we did was we brought Peacock and Simpson, experts in the milling process, to come and have a look at the mine. Mm-hmm. They're here from Zimbabwe and experts in the field. They've sort of put 135 CIL plants is what we were looking at, which is a closed circuit system using a cyanide agitation process to be able to process gold in a very quick and efficient manner, with a 90% to 98% recovery rate, which is what we need. At the moment, we're operating on a very small recovery rate, so we're wasting a lot of time, energy, and resources, and we would like to get better results. So they came and had a look at the mine. I also went further along with the geotech, our geotech, Chris, and I looked at the ore body, because what we did do during the interim, we were underground and working on reef and various other, which is a very expensive operation. And after Mingscon came, or actually just before Mingscon came, we discovered that we had alluvial and alluvial gold, which is distributed across the entire claim surface. This is much easier and cheaper to operate and much safer, because it's very difficult to steal from, and with all those different sort of aspects that exist in the mining operation when you go underground. So we switched, and it's a completely different process. So Peacock came out, and Peacock and Simpson, Kevin Peacock himself actually came over and had a look at it, and we realized that we actually are sort of suffering in regard to recovery of gold. And we found out, and we are busy doing the analysis of how much the CIL plant is actually going to make a difference. If that does work out, which we believe it will, and the numbers sort of look like they can, we're going to be able to sort of process a serious amount of ore body and get it close to 90% recovery, as I said before, which is going to make the mine extraordinarily profitable. Walking with the geotech, we wandered around, and he's been sampling and trenching over the entire area. When we found the gold originally on the site, we decided to utilize we've mapped the area and realized that there's a reef and a large ore body which is between various different mountains on the site, and we purchased a whole lot more claims running along this reef in order to be able to sort of get as much of this potential ore that we could process over the years. Walking through the area with the geotech and Henry, our CEO, and the various other people that do the sampling, you can sort of see that there's a huge amount of volume, a massive amount of volume that can be processed. I mean, with the current, even the current ball mill, which is a very large one, is tiny in compared to what it actually will take to actually do this very efficiently. But nonetheless, it's enough to actually make it highly profitable.
Yeah.
The beauty of it is that we've got a jaw crusher that actually can do 25 tons an hour. Currently, we only run it for an hour to actually process the ball. Sorry, it's 150 tons an hour, and we've got a processing circuit of 10 tons an hour. So what it means is that with we can separate, with the primary crushing system, we can separate various different lines and put in more ball mills and process. As we become profitable, we can reinvest and basically double, triple, quadruple our turnover by adding more circuits in place, which is a wonderful thing to actually have in place.
Redundancy.
So now it's a matter of sort of moving forward. We need to get the CIL plant, which is an expensive piece of product. We've been advised that we also need a classifier, a screw classifier in place, and then we're good to go. And then it's a matter of just expanding with the right kind of earth moving equipment in order to continue. Our licensing's in place. We sort of ready to rock and roll. As far as with the ICO is concerned, we are coming to the end of our ICO in about 8 weeks' time. Hopefully, if we can get the funding to put this in place in an urgent manner, we will be ready to basically be able to pay dividends from the day the ICO stops. But that's something that we need to see. We need to get that money in place and put these pieces of equipment in place. But we're close, very close.
That was a very, very detailed report. I mean, that's enough. If you're an investor watching right now and you're not convinced to invest it, I don't know what you want from us. Thank you for that, Graeme.
Pleasure.